What's up? It's Seafood Day on Cooking with My Cookbook authors. Today we're hanging out with Rebecca Abbott and Jennifer West, and we're going to be making up some crab legs and some fried bacon wrapped shrimp, all in an air fryer. Stick around, it's going to be delicious. Let's go. I have with me the authors of Air Fryer All Day. There's like 120 recipes for you to air fry up goodness in here. Ladies, hi, thank you for being here.
Hey.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Lovely. I'm super excited. So I wore my Hawaiian shirt today because you have a couple things in here I just wouldn't think to air fry, mainly seafood. And so I don't eat a lot of crab legs or shrimp that often, but today I suited up because we're going to the ocean.
All right, let's do it.
Awesome. But before we get cooking, first, I'd just like to know a little bit more about you guys. So whoever wants to go first, how'd you two become friends and how'd you end up making this cookbook?
Go ahead, Jennifer.
Okay. So Becky and I, it's funny, like during COVID, everything kind of shut down. I was actually a food blogger at the time. Also had a local business in town. Everything just kind of shut down. So I had a lot of extra time on my hands. And I started taking this online photography course just to help with some additional things that I wanted to do. And Becky happened to be taking the same course. So we initially actually met through that group. But Becky lives in Arizona. I live in Louisiana. So, we're not close at all. So we'd never seen each other. We're just in this group together. And I just happened to, because I'm a blogger, I just happened to start this Facebook group thinking, air fryers, let me start this group, and people will probably love air fryer recipes. And I had some air fryer recipes on my other site. And I think I invited like 8 of my friends. I think it was Becky, a few of the other girls in the group, and like a couple of other. So I think I had literally invited 8 people in the group. And then I looked like a few days later and there was like 500 people in the group. And then I think the next week there was like 1,000, and then there was 10,000, and it just grew really fast. And between those times, Becky and I would talk. She knew that I was a blogger. She was starting to photograph for other bloggers. And I'd mentioned like wanting to start another site. And she's like, well, I don't know how to blog, but I know how to take pictures. I'd love to start a site with you. So literally without ever meeting each other, we started a business, and here we are today. So we've got...
You've hung out since then in person though, right? Like,
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And I joke, I always tell people, I don't advise that you meet a stranger online and share all of your personal information and start a business and open a checking account together. But we did it and it worked. So, the rest is history.
I think Becky got me this candle for Christmas. I think it was last year or the year before, but it said, "You're the best thing I've ever found on the internet." And I was like,
hey, the internet, bringing people together,
Yeah.
And then the cookbook happened. It was Kismet is what we were talking about earlier. We had someone in the group that had asked a question, or she wrote about, she had tried the chicken Parmesan recipe, and I reached out and I said, hey, if you have any questions, let us know. And it turned out to be, can we say her name? I think we can say her name. Christina Morales.
Sure.
Yeah. She's a reporter for the New York Times. And she ended up interviewing us. And so 1 year exactly, on our 1 year anniversary starting the business, an article came out in the New York Times that we were featured in. And so within a few hours, we got a couple of phone calls from some literary agents, and we had an amazing one that we developed a relationship with, and then that's how the cookbook came about. So everything lined up, just incredibly, everything was aligned perfectly. So from 2 people not knowing each other, meeting in a Facebook group. So
yeah.
And here you are.
Yeah.
So, okay, there's a lot of different air fryers out there. Do you have a preference? Is there like certain air fryers for certain things? How do we know which air fryer is best for us?
I've used, and so is Becky, and Becky still has them. I have a much smaller house, so I tend to give mine away after I try them. But I have, we've used a lot of different air fryers. I'd say hands down, our favorite is the Cosori air fryer. So I just feel like it cooks evenly. It's just a great air fryer altogether. So, that's probably the main one, and it's the right size that I need for my family. most families, would probably use it too, because you can feed up to 4 people with that air fryer, and it just cooks really well. I've since advanced on to another one that's made by Cookery. It's the dual blaze, so it has 2 heating elements. It's got one on the bottom and one on the top, and I mean they've done a great job. They just kind of keep making improvements with it, so I love it. I had a Ninja. That was the very first one I had, and I really liked it, but it was like the Ninja 5-in-1. It didn't have a basket.
That's what I have.
Well, let me tell you what. The Ninja 5-in-1, I will say this, makes chicken wings better than any other air fryer.
Do you use the grill attachment when you do that, or
no,
do you just?
I don't. I'm just using the air fryer. I hands down still, as much as I love the Cookery, I will say it does not make chicken wings the way the Ninja 5-in-1 makes chicken wings. So I like my chicken wings.
Good to know.
Yeah, but other than that, so I liked that one. The only thing I didn't like was having to flip that lid. I wasn't a big fan of that when I could just open the basket and shake it. So, but Becky may have a different preference.
No, I agree. I agree. The dual blaze, the new Cookery, is so much easier to clean too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can scrub the inside of the basket, and the coating doesn't come off, and stuff doesn't stick.
I'm going to need a Cookery.
It's a nice air fryer. It's a really nice air fryer. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I got the Ninja today, so.
Made in that, so.
It's a great air fryer. The Ninja's a great air fryer.
No, for sure. Yeah.
I got my mom the little baby one that makes one little handful of fried potatoes, and and she pretty much just uses it to make potatoes.
Yeah.
Some of the smaller air fryers actually can cook faster, which is where I have a little Dash. My grandson likes to use that one, and that one cooks things like super fast. So, which is you would think the smaller ones take longer, but.
Well, if you're single serving on the go, you got to eat quick. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've never put seafood into my air fryer before today. So this should be fun. I was thinking.
So you've never done shrimp or salmon? Not even salmon?
No.
Okay.
I never thought to eat until I got your book, and I was like, oh, what do I want to cook with them? And I'm like flipping through, and I'm like, what's cool that I've never, what? Crab legs? I can put crab legs in an air fryer? So we're gonna crab leg it first, and then we're gonna do some bacon wrapped shrimp, and I'll wrap the bacon while we wait.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
On the crab legs.
Tip on that: make sure you cut the bacon in half. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bunch of bacon and a little shrimp. So.
Yeah, I got center cut, so it's shorter. So yeah, I just cut it in half instead of the thirds.
Yeah, it'll be perfect.
And I think we'll be good on that. Let me grab my crab legs.
Maybe he'll come back.
And everybody just disappeared. Where'd everybody go?
I totally forgot we had crab legs in the cookbook. So.
I know. I think it was one of our top 15.
I knew we had the lobster.
Everything just.
Shrimp are my favorite. Now I'm wishing that I had shrimp. Love that bacon wrapped shrimp. We made it this summer, remember? And I ate almost all of them.
Well,
it's nice to know we're not the only ones that have internet issues every once in a while.
Yeah.
You rolling? All right, cool. I got crab legs.
All right.
I got a cluster. Got a cluster of crab here. She's already pre-rinsed, but I haven't seasoned it yet. So super simple instructions, yeah? Which is, don't get mad at me, I'm gonna do this. A little olive oil, yeah?
I was refreshing my memory. And it's so funny because the first time I made them, my husband asked me to, he's like, why are you seasoning on them? And well, when
I also had that question.
When you air fry them, it permeates through the cracks and the crevices of the legs, and so it does get into the meat. So it does have that little bit of the Old Bay paste in the meat.
Flavor going in there. I lost my claw. My claw fell off.
Yeah, that's okay. You can throw it in the basket. It'll stir fry.
All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna give them a spritz with the olive oil, and then throw the Old Bay on there.
Yep.
Cool. Ding, ding, ding.
And I just remind folks that are going to try this that these crab legs are technically already cooked. So you probably, I don't know the wattages on your air fryer. You just want to air fry them for, no more than 5 minutes. Well, for the first time you're going to make them, I'd say like 3 to 5 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes.
Really just
all right, what's our temp? What's our temp?
370. 370.
All right, we're gonna get her started. So I have
Jennifer, you're familiar with the type of air fryer he's using. So
my Ninja's funny. It doesn't do one. It only does 375 and it jumps to 360. So we're gonna rock 375.
Okay, so do 375. That's okay. Do 375, and we'll put it in for 3 or 4 minutes.
Cool.
Let's check it at 3 minutes. Yeah.
All right, so olive oil on, and I'm gonna put my Old Bay. Just sprinkle me some Old Bay in there. It's like enough.
I don't know. Do you eat crab legs a lot?
I don't eat crab legs a lot. No, once in a while, like a low country boil or something.
Okay. So I grew up steaming them, or of course having them at Red Lobster. So, and you have to, crack them and get the meat out. And the first time I saw them in a restaurant in New England, and you could have the meat removed, and there was like a upcharge of a couple bucks. I was like, that's genius. And yes, take my money. So let me just tell you, with the air fryer, it's so nice because it dries out the shell. It doesn't dry out the meat though, unless you overcook them. So that's why you don't want to put them in for a long time. Just a couple minutes to get them heated, but it's going to dry out and take that moisture out of that shell. So they're just going to snap right in half, and then you can just pull that meat right out.
Thank God, because you know what I don't have? A cracker.
A cracker.
But my sister, on the other hand, is a professional crab leg eater. So, like, if she was ever out with the family, then everyone at the table would be like, "Hey, can you do this for me?" Because she's the girl who literally can like do the little crack, and then just pulls out the whole hunk of meat.
Mm-hmm.
None of the rest of us managed to be able to do this, but she is a consummate professional when it comes to cracking crab legs.
She's a professional.
And this just makes it easier.
I used to use. So I would use the big serving forks to crack mine open. But with the air fryer, it dries it out and you just snap it. So the first time that you make this in your air fryer, just give it a couple minutes to make sure it heats up, because you don't want to overcook them because it will dry out and shrivel up the meat.
Well, if I remember correctly, that air fryer makes you preheat anyway.
Yeah.
No, the Ninja that he's using. The Ninja that he's using, I think it has a preheating. You have to preheat before you can actually cook in it.
Yeah, it'll yell at me and then be like, "Add your food now." And if you don't add your food for like 5 minutes, it'll just turn itself off. Does the other brand not? Do you not have to preheat the other brand?
No,
you don't. Which is the other reason why I like it, because there are some things that you don't want to preheat. So if you ever decided you wanted to make cookies in the Ninja, you wouldn't like it very much. You might burn them because you're going to have to put them in preheated. But when you're baking, you don't want to preheat usually. So I don't recommend baking in that brand that makes you preheat ahead of time.
Or
you don't have to. You can wait for it to beep and then you can just lift it and close it. You're okay with it.
But it's still hot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you just like put it in there and start it, it'll start, getting up to temp. So you'll get the raise in temperature.
Yeah.
But then you have to open it and close it, or else it will turn itself off. All right, so I just throw them in the basket, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that's preheated, and in the recipe book, or in our cookbook, we don't preheat. So definitely only put those in for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then check.
All right, 3 minutes.
Yeah. You don't want to overcook expensive crab legs.
No, not at all.
No. I got my butter over here.
Melted butter.
Already melted for the occasion.
And that's real butter, right?
That's real butter. Unsalted real butter.
Okay, yeah.
If I wanted to go crazy, I could put a little Old Bay in here too, yeah? If I wanted to go crazy.
Absolutely.
I was going to say, I don't. She's from the South where I'm
from Louisiana. Heck yeah.
They do Old Bay on everything. But yeah, I'm just salt and butter, but yeah.
Oh, the South loves their Old Bay.
I don't even like John butter. I like good melted butter with all the stuff in it. So.
Fatty butter.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I'm from the North too, so traditionally what is Old Bay? Like, we don't even know in Ohio what Old Bay seasoning really is. But I'm in Savannah, Georgia. Been here for 15 years. And Old Bay is everything. I don't low country boil. I think boiled shrimp is weird. I think boiled sausage is weird. But you dump a bunch of Old Bay on it and everybody just loves it. I don't get it. So
Yeah,
again, if I
the
wanted
first time I went to visit Jennifer, she tried to serve me, what were they? The mud bugs?
Crawfish?
Yeah.
Crawfish.
And
You
they
never
called
had
them mud
crawfish?
bugs. I'm like,
Mud bugs.
I don't want to eat mud bugs.
they're like delicious little lobsters.
I'm an Arizona
They're-
girl.
They're
Like,
delightful.
I know. I should have called them that. You might have ate them if I'd have called them little lobsters.
Yeah, they're just like baby lobsters. They're just like tiny little. I mean, lobsters are just bugs of the sea, and so are the shrimp, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
You eat
no,
those.
she made crawfish pie. It was good.
You tried
Yes,
it?
I made her a crawfish pie.
Oh.
I took a
So
bite.
the best part of eating crawfish is just like sucking all the juice out of their butts.
See, I don't do that.
You don't do that? Oh, there's a place down
I
here,
don't
and
know.
that you can order like baskets of crawfish, and so it's just a couple dozen crawfish, and you just sit at the table with your friends and just pick them out, pop them off, and you just suck all that delicious buttery Old Bay juice out of them. Solid. All right, I got
Yep,
9
for
seconds. 6,
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2. We're good.
It's a lot of stress on this end. Like, oh, I hope they're done. I hope they're like just
I mean,
right.
if not, we can just cook them just for another minute. Let's.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, they look crispy. Smells good. How do I know
Right.
if they're done?
You want to try and crack one? I mean,
Yeah.
they're gonna be hot, but
Woo! My claw. Mmm. All right, so just give it just a second so I don't burn my hands. But the shell is hot. The instructions said make sure the shell was hot.
okay.
Very hot. Do we have a preference on a leg? We got a leg preference?
I like to get the middle part because that cracks the best, and the
All
meat
right,
comes
middle
right
part.
out. I work on the claws last.
Claws last. All right,
That's what
ladies.
you gotta work for.
I got your air fried crab leg, and I'm not gonna do this as well as my sister. I just know it. But we're gonna try. I think I messed it up already. Oh,
You gotta snap it in
Yeah.
the middle, not at the joint.
oh, yeah. Oh, it's hot. Ooh, it's real hot. Definitely done. Still moist. I snapped at the joint.
Then you did
Oh,
it
yeah.
right. You don't want that to be completely dry.
Oh, I broke it. It's okay. I'm gonna eat it anyway. All right, air fried crab legs. Here we go.
Nice.
Mmm. Oh yeah. I mean, that's done perfectly. 3 minutes is perfect.
Good.
Perfect.
Yay.
When you don't have a cracker, just use your teeth. There we go. There's the hunk we're looking for. Mmm. Thank you. That is amazing.
So much
that is
easier
so simple.
than steaming it or boiling it, right? I mean,
So
3
much
minutes.
easier. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm eating crab legs and butter, and yeah, it really does crack way easier. Look at that. That just came right out of there. Brilliant. Brilliant, ladies. I might eat crab legs more often now. Thank you. I never think about it because they're just
You're
such a pain
welcome.
in the butt. But those
Yeah.
are amazing.
Yeah.
Bravo.
No.
Hey, y'all, if you want to fry some you want to air fry some crab legs, I highly recommend it. This is the stupidest, simplest thing I have ever
Well, he got
done
the crab
to
legs.
He got
eat
the
the
crab legs, yeah.
decadentness of a crab leg.
I'm happy.
And yeah, I
happy
cleared that.
that he got
Son of a
that done.
bitch. We disappeared again.
It was-
We did this. This was amazing. Thank you. And
Good.
now
I'm glad they worked out for you and that you liked them.
they're fantastic. I'm gonna eat the rest of them when we're done. Cause, yeah, God, I forgot how good crab legs really are. That's just buttery, just succulent deliciousness, and the easiest thing to make ever. All right. So now I have all these beautiful shrimps. So many 1 pounds of shrimps, and I got my bacons cut in half here.
Perfect.
Now I understand that I can do one of two things. I can either spray my parchment paper and put it in, or put it directly in the air fryer.
I would just
Is
put
it-
it directly in there.
Just put it directly in?
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. I will do that. So I also have my seasonings. I don't have an overhead, so I can't see that. I got my seasonings. I have a half a teaspoon or tablespoon of paprika, a half a tablespoon of brown sugar, and a tablespoon of black pepper. Salt.
Good to go.
Yep.
I'm just gonna mix that all together.
Yeah. And then just sprinkle it over your shrimp.
Do I want to flip them and get both sides?
Yeah, you can.
A little sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Hey, buddy.
I was just telling Jennifer, you're gonna like this even better. These bacon wrapped.
These are addictive.
We were together a couple months ago and we made a bunch of shrimp recipes, and this was one of them, and I think we ate the whole batch. So
I mean, I love me a nice.
Have liked them, but yeah, they're.
I think I ate like the majority of that batch. I think you had like 2. I think I ate the rest of them.
I'm just kind of sprinkling them and tossing them a little because
Yeah.
I want a fully coated, delicious brown sugar, peppery
Yeah.
goodness. Cool. All right. So no toothpicks or anything required, yeah?
Nope.
No, you won't need them. Just when you're folding them, make sure like the end is on the bottom. That way, when it does cook, it's not like gonna roll up on you.
So I'm going to just put the little
Yep.
the skinnier piece in there, roll it all the way up, and
Yep.
just set
Perfect.
it
Yep.
set her down in my basket. Now, do I need to preheat the air fryer or do I
No.
not preheat the air fryer?
You don't have to. No.
Your air fryer is still going to be a little bit warm because you just made something too. So it's going to be good to go.
And these are what, 5 minutes?
No, they're 9. 9 to 10 minutes, but I would say do 9.
390.
9 minutes.
So we're going to bump up the temperature a little bit.
So 390 is my standard temp. Whenever I turn on the Ninja, it automatically goes to 390. And honestly, I don't hardly switch that temperature for anything ever. Like, I don't read the instructions on French fry bags or
You just air fry
anything
everything
anymore.
at 390? Okay.
At 390, and I watch it. So like any French fry or onion ring or anything like that is always like a 5-minute check, flip, shake, 5 minutes, check again, flip, shake, and just kind of feel it out. Because I found that almost every air fryer instruction on packaging at the store is never right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
That is accurate. I have tried following a few directions for air frying stuff, and it is way off. So
way off, right?
I don't know what air fryer they use to
Who's making that up?
test it, or if they just make stuff up. Like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
this should work. I don't know. It's not even close most of the
Yeah.
time.
I feel like they just make the stuff up.
That's what we're going with.
Yeah. I can't remember. Oh, it was biscuits or something like that. I'm like, if I would have followed their directions, my biscuits would have been burned to a crisp.
Charcoal.
It only took like 3 or 4 minutes to make them.
Yeah.
And they had it for like 8 or 9 minutes. I'm like, what? Where? Yeah, not even close.
I feel like an air fryer is one of those instruments that you really have to get to know. You know, like your air fryer is your air fryer, and only you will really know exactly how it works.
Yeah, and that's why we try to say, like, the first time, especially with something like crab legs or steak, the first time that you make it in your air fryer, maybe half the
Test it,
time, and then check it, because if your air fryer cooks faster than mine, I would hate for you to message me, I just ruined, $20 worth of crab legs. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah.
Not that that's ever happened.
No, but
we try to like throw that out there. But that's with any recipe. As a cook, any recipe I've ever tried that someone's given me, I always take a few minutes off and check it.
this is suggestions, not necessarily 100%, because there's so many different brands, and particularly for an air fryer, like an oven, you're like 350, and for the most part, generally the same. But so many different sizes, so many different styles, so many different brands that are all going to function slightly differently.
And they have different power wattages, so some cook faster, some cook slower. I mean,
I've always loved that the microwave with its like 11 based on 1100 watts. Is there a difference? I've never bought a microwave. I don't know. How do you what?
Smaller, older microwaves were like 700 watts. And so they are much smaller, and some are 900. And I know this because when I taught culinary, we had I had 6 kitchens, and even our stoves or the ovens, they were 6 identical ovens, but they weren't calibrated. So some kids' stuff would be done in 8 minutes, and some would be done in 12 minutes, and it was crazy. But so yeah, it can be really different.
But I do love it. Like, the air fryer literally has changed my life when it comes to reheating leftover food.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, you wouldn't take your French fries home from a restaurant before, right? Because you knew they were just never going to be as good again.
Or if you microwave them, they're going to be soggy.
Yeah.
Put them in the oven.
I reheated onion rings the other day, and it actually, when I opened the air fryer, like some of the oils had come out, and so they were even crispier and less greasy, but they were still like, I was like, wow, these are even better because they didn't have that greasy flavor. And they were still really crispy. I was like, oh, I almost want to like just buy them and take them home and then air fry them a little bit more. They were really good. Yeah.
I think pizza is actually one of those things that I wouldn't mind doing that, like buying a pizza tonight just to heat it in the air fryer tomorrow, because reheated pizza is actually better than fresh pizza to me. I mean, I feel like it gives you that light crisp, and it does it to the toppings as well. And it's so much better than even fresh pizza. So if I get a delivered pizza, I'll save my leftovers and pop them in the air fryer the next day. And it's so much better. If you haven't tried that yet, you've got to try it. Reheated pizza is way better than fresh pizza.
I don't think I have.
You've got to add it to your list. It needs to be done.
All right, so have you made bacon in the air fryer?
I've never made the bacon in the air fryer either.
Oh, okay.
I just figured it'd just be like this huge greasy mess. But
No. So bacon in the air fryer is so crispy. It's not in the cookbook, but it's on our blog, Air Frying Foodie, which is foodie.com. And it's candied bacon. And you just take thick cut bacon and you roll it in brown sugar, because everything's better in sugar.
Of course.
And then I've sprinkled a little bit of red pepper chili flakes on it for a little bit of like heat. You don't have to, but you air fry that. It's like eating a bacon candy bar.
Do you do like any maple glaze to it? Do you put like a maple glaze or anything to it, or
no?
Just the brown sugar itself.
The brown sugar crystallizes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, I took it out, and I'm like, this is literally a piece of bacon candy bar. It's
so good. Yeah.
It is literally candied bacon. So yeah, you've got to try that.
And then you put it on top of a donut that you made in the air fryer.
Right?
Because you also there's donut recipe in there too.
Yeah.
Tell me about donuts real quick. Donuts in the air fryer, so simple.
Yeah, super simple. We made those from scratch. You can also do the recipe is in the cookbook. You can also do, which was really popular for a while, is biscuit donuts, where you just take the canned biscuits, and make those into donuts. We've done that too. I've done cinnamon rolls where you unroll them, and then you take a piece of cooked bacon, lightly crisp, like it's not super crisp hardened, and then you roll it back up.
Oh yeah, okay.
Air fry that. So you've got cinnamon roll bacon. That's there are so many fun things you could do with the air fryer. Come on, like
and bacon.
Never ending.
I mean, if you want to know all the fun things you can do with an air fryer, it is all inside this book, and the link's right down there. So you should go get it. Just saying.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
If you love bacon, just saying.
If you have leftover bacon, since you have all the ingredients, you need to make that candied bacon.
Yeah.
I mean, I pretty much could just dump the dredge for the shrimp onto the bacon. A little paprika and pepper too, can't hurt, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm doing after we wrap this.
I'm telling you, that candied bacon, it is
like a snack.
So bad. So bad.
So bad.
The thing is, these bacon wrapped shrimp, you're going to be feeling that way about those too. Like once you start eating them, you can't stop. It's so good.
Because I haven't had lunch or anything yet today, so I'm going to probably house them all.
Yeah.
And then I got like another probably dozen and a half over there to finish off later as well.
You're gonna love those.
Let's talk a little bit more about the book. Where is everywhere that we could possibly get the book? And do you have a favorite dish, each one of you, out of the book? You can argue about it. That's fine too.
She knows mine. I hands down, my favorite dish is the creme brulee. Like I love dessert. I actually don't even do that much dessert, but for this dessert, that's my favorite, and it's perfect. It's so good in the air fryer. So creme brulee, really good. But the book where you can get it, heck yes, it's so good. Everyone's like, what should I make first? I'm like, make the creme brulee. It's so good.
Do you still have to like torch the sugar, or does it caramelize the sugar on the top?
I did torch
that.
it. I didn't try. I wonder if the air fryer would crystallize it on top.
Yeah,
probably, but I wonder if it would like cook the custard too much.
Yeah. So I feel like we're going with the sweet stuff because I was going to say the brownie baked Alaska.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Somebody has a sweet tooth over there. I'm not sure. It might be Becca.
If I turned my computer screen around right now, you'd see I have like cookies, candy, apple fritter.
I'm coming to your house.
Yeah, I like to bake.
I have a sugar problem myself.
I like to bake. So I've gotten to where I will make it now, but I won't eat it. So, which is even better.
Well, good
you
for
can
you.
enjoy watching everybody else eat it.
Yeah, yeah. The cherry crisp is actually one of my husband's favorites. Darn, I made that the other day. We did a Facebook Live, and I made 8 little ramekins of it, and I ate one, and I came back, and there was only one left. And I was like, dude.
He ate them all?
He ate 6 out of 8.
That's awesome.
I was like, dude. So that's his favorite thing. I think
obviously
air fryer is the cherry crisp.
So, did you guys work on the recipes together, or was it like you had a bunch of recipes from the blog and you came up with a bunch of recipes and you just like worked them all together? How did you decide what ended up in here?
We only have.
The book only has like 15 of our like top recipes from the blog. So we had like, fan favorites. So there's about 15 of those, but the other 105 recipes we tested and made and tweaked, and then we
to the book.
Put them in the book. Yeah, we actually had more, but this is what would fit in the book. So,
well, you have to save some for book 2, right?
Right.
We both got really quiet.
We're like
air fryer all week.
Right?
Oh lordy. It's a lot. Like it's a lot to develop recipes. I don't think people realize the amount. We turned my entire house into the studio and had a full crew in here. It was a lot of fun making it, and I think my other favorite savory recipe would be that harvest casserole. That thing is amazing. You don't think that apples and onions and sausages go together, but it does. And it's
those go together. Where do I find this? Tell me more.
Yeah.
How many other casseroles?
It's actually a cover page somewhere too. And it was funny because I did a live for that one. And then on the British baking show, somebody won a Paul Hollywood handshake doing a similar recipe. I was like, see, I told you those go together. I told you.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Yeah, it's.
I also like the baked spaghetti.
Oh, this one. Yeah, it's here it is. The harvest casserole. It's on page 82.
82.
It's got sweet potatoes, sausage, onions, apples. It all sounds really weird, but let me tell you, that thing got inhaled by the crew working on the book. I mean, that was the only dish that there was not a bite left. Not a bite. So,
it looks like it would be strange, but it also sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Onion, brown sugar, cranberries. I mean, just salty, rich sausage with sweet. That's never bad.
And again, brown sugar goes good with it. Makes everything good.
Yeah.
Somebody really likes the brown sugar.
Well, when you bake,
Yeah.
brown sugar.
It's like that caramelization, the sweetness that it does something.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till you try your bacon wrapped shrimp. I'm really I haven't eaten anything yet today either, and it's almost 2:30.
Oh, they
so
smell
like you
really
just send
good.
it through right now. I'd take some for you.
If I could hand it to you, I would. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, it's smelling fantastic, and I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, you'll have to try that bacon and let me know how you like it. That candied bacon.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna do that. There's a bar. That does a bunch of different candied bacons. So instead of just so they have like a jalapeno. I'm sure it's just brown sugar and jalapeno, or brown sugar and coffee. They have like an espresso one,
Oh, cool.
and just so many different ways that you can season up your bacon. Spicy ones like cayenne, dark cocoa. And
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing like brown sugar, so it's like this spicy, chocolatey. I don't know. It's a lot of different bacons, and they're all delicious.
So is it a place that just serves bacon like that?
No, it's a bar, so that's like their appetizer,
Oh,
or not
okay.
like
Okay.
it's like their bar food. So you get a drink, and then you can order like whatever type of bacon you want. And they have them just like made up and candied like in the morning, so it doesn't go bad, or you don't. I don't even think you have to
that would be,
refrigerate
like,
it once it's
my
candied.
go-to place.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you would love it.
And sugar.
Well, if you don't have one out there, you can open a bacon bar. I think you might like
Bacon
that.
bar.
Yeah,
Bacon bar.
you can't go
Maybe you
wrong.
I could
Yeah.
definitely open that in Louisiana. We're all about the bacon and
Oh,
sugar,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, we don't have anything
Well-
like that out here.
Well, I found a hole in your market for you. Just start a food truck. Just a bacon food truck.
Oh gosh,
That
yeah.
would be fun.
Are food trucks big where you are, Jen?
Yeah, they actually are.
Yeah.
They'll even come into our neighborhood like once or twice a month. They'll have like Food Truck Tuesday or something like that.
I love
Maybe-
food truck. All right, 2, 1.
All right.
Oh, crispy. Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Yeah. Does the bacon look like it's cooked, sizzling,
Sounds like it's cooked.
golden brown?
Oh yeah, super sizzling.
Yeah.
A couple maybe a little crispier than others, but otherwise they look great. They look like I want to shove them in my face.
Yeah.
Let them cool
Do
off
it.
a minute so you don't get burned.
Oh,
It looks
Nice.
so good.
amazing.
I'm just gonna pull a couple out. Oh yeah, that one. Oh. I'm so happy right now.
Well,
You're
we're
gonna love
excited
them.
for you to try it too. It's kind of exciting on our end to actually see our recipes come to life for people and to
Yeah.
hear what you think of it. Like we don't really get to do this very often.
No.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot from authors. They're like, I honestly don't know what it's like for people at home when they go through my recipe. This is the first time I've ever got to see somebody actually like try out my recipe and see if they run into any hiccups or questions,
Yeah.
comments, concerns. And you did. Like I probably would have ruined those crab legs. Like
Yeah,
had you not been like,
because
no,
of the
only
preheat.
3 minutes. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I would have put them in there for 4 or 5 minutes probably.
Well, the recipe
5.
says 5 to 7 minutes, so
Mhm.
fair enough, and
But again, they're all different.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember that when you're cooking, since yours automatically preheats, that you might have to slow some things down like that.
All right, I'm gonna do it, whether I burn my mouth or not.
Good.
Hot. I'm sure it's hot.
Very hot.
Yeah.
Very delicious.
Good.
I mean, shrimp perfectly done. 9 minutes was the key. It was really hot.
I was going to say you can let them cool for another minute or two.
Yeah, I would probably let them cool a little bit longer.
They'll taste better when they're not scalding. Yeah.
That's what I get for my impatience.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it is. It's exciting.
They're really good.
to see that though. Yeah.
Yeah, shrimp still moist. Air fryer. You don't need anything anymore. If they had an air fryer when I was in college.
Oh,
man.
We do get asked that a lot. We have people that will say like, we've done hard boiled eggs and they're like, why?
Yeah.
why would you mess with that? Or rice, like we could just make that on the stovetop. And we say, like, we have a lot of people that come to us that say, like, maybe they don't have a full kitchen. Kids in a dorm room where they only have an air fryer. So they'll come to us and say, hey, how can I make scrambled eggs in this? And you can make scrambled eggs in the air fryer. Or how can I ground hamburger meat? And so we come up with, hey, did you know you can make ground beef in the air fryer? And
how do you make ground beef in the air fryer?
Yeah, you do it in a dish and cook it and air fry it and then stir it up a little bit as it's cooking. And you got ground.
I don't even use that. I'll use like a silicone mat and then just ground it up and then put it in there and then let the grease drain off. That is a trick, though. I will tell you this: if you're cooking something that does have a lot of fat, so if you're cooking a lot of bacon, or let's say you decide you're going to cook a whole chicken in there, you're going to have a lot of that fat that's going to go at the bottom, and you're cooking it for a while, so you're going to start getting, it's going to smoke. So a trick to help with that is to add a tablespoon of water to the bottom of your basket, and it'll just kind of displace that fat a little bit, and will help with the smoke.
Yeah.
Good trick.
So that's why we come up with some of these recipes, is to help. We have seniors that travel or have a small space, or we have college students that don't have a full kitchen, and so they want us to help them come up with ways that they can make these foods without the stove or the oven. And so Jen and I have made it our mission to try to figure out, I wonder if we could make that in the air fryer.
Make this in there, yeah.
Try it.
Yeah.
Turns out you can make anything in an air fryer.
We try.
Pretty much. Pancakes? Yes. Waffles?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
A whole chicken? I do use my air fryer whenever I get like a rotisserie chicken. And and I usually don't eat it right away. I'll keep it in the fridge until it's dinner time, and then I'll half it. Then I put it in the air fryer just to heat it back up and crisp that skin all nice and crispy again.
Super smart.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and you can make that whole chicken to start out with too, in case you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Just the whole chicken.
Just throw the whole chicken. You don't even need the
air fryer.
rotisserie part of your air fryer. You can, if it'll fit in your basket, you can make it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now I know what I'm doing for Thanksgiving next year.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking about that during Thanksgiving. Actually, I was like, because fried turkey is the best turkey. You know, like if you eat fried turkey and then you try to eat just a roasted turkey, they're a million times separated in just deliciousness. So, but we can get a whole turkey breast in the air fryer too, right?
I have done turkey breast. I've done duck.
Probably one of our popular recipes on our site too is turkey breast.
Yeah,
turkey
duck,
breast.
Lamb. I've done lamb chops. All good.
All good.
I'm gonna do it.
If you can cook it, you can make it in an air fryer.
Yeah.
You can dream it.
Yeah.
You can air fry it. Awesome. Well, thank you ladies so much for being here. Since you haven't eaten yet today, what are you going to be having for dinner? Whoever wants to go first. Jen, what are you having for dinner tonight?
I am probably going to make steak fajitas tonight, and they're going in the air fryer.
They're going in the air fryer. Fantastic. I love me a steak fajita.
Yeah.
Becca, what are you having for dinner?
Mine's probably not going to be as exciting.
So
true story, don't judge, but because we cook all day in the air fryer, or I'm always writing recipes, and it's just my husband and I, we go out to eat a lot. So
hey, that's fine.
The last thing you want to do is cook.
Yeah,
it's like a chef doesn't want to come home and cook for it's like, to do more dishes. It's like, So, yeah. I've just I'll just have a bowl of cereal. So.
Well, I hope you and your husband have a wonderful dinner. I hope you make just the best fajitas ever.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for hanging out with me and showing me these super simple, fun, easy ways to seafood my dinner.
Thanks for having us.
So much for being so gracious, and we really hope you liked everything, and thank you.
Oh, I love it. And I'm going to go to town more on all kinds of things because I love my air fryer. And if you love your air fryer, also if you would like to get an air fryer, the link's right down there too. Plus, so is the link to this book, which you should totally have. Ladies, you're awesome.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you for making all of our lives a little bit easier.
Thank you.
All right, cheers. Everybody, go get their book if you want to know how to make just pretty much anything you could possibly think of in an air fryer. These ladies have helped you out. So check it out. Get the book. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Cheers. Love you, Mina. All right, we did it.
Yay!